So it seems like Lucas's character was quite an interesting one. They didn't really seem to go into too much depth over the Lucas character, although we are given hints and little tips here that kind of show his true agenda and affiliations. So if you have played the game and you were like a little bit disappointed with the explanations or you misunderstood what was going on, then this video will help elaborate on the Lucas character. So without any further delay, let's just get right into it. The promotional content and trailers leading up to the release of Resident Evil 7 portrayed Lucas to be the bad seed of the family. So right off the bat, we kind of already knew something was more mysterious and elaborate about this character, but everything after that was vague, which just left us to completely guess at what the implications were. After we finally get the game and you meet him in the Baker dinner scene, it seems he walks away somewhere and we kind of forget about him for a long time. However, there are references to him that kind of explain his story. He was a very smart child, it seems an engineering genius. There are various trophies and rewards littered about his room, as well as a document and story that is related to Lucas locking another child in the attic. Now it seems like this was way before the infection. Lucas seems to have always had this malicious side to him. He enjoys being a sadist and screwing with people. If anything, I would say it's unfortunate that Jack and Marguerite had to foster such a child. And honestly, his intellect is supreme, so the malicious influence he has is high. This is quite obvious in the birthday VHS where he really lets loose and he actually explodes a cake, burning Clancy alive. So it seems like as he became infected, the ability to act out with his malicious sadism increased. But what about at the point of infection? Well, this is where Lucas's character gets the most interesting. It does seem like he was under Evelyn's control, as were the rest of the family at the inception, but over time a third party approached him and must have injected with something that made him free from the control of Evelyn. This third party kept in contact with Lucas, and over a duration, Lucas progressed to experiment with the molded, as is clear from his laboratory, where there are baths full of mold with pipes leading to experimental test tubes, which further shows the genius behind this character. It's interesting to note here that the third party might be the creator of the virus, as Lucas says that it was your bioweapon in the same series of emails where he was talking about thanking them for the cure. Why the company decided to cure Lucas and let Evelyn roam free is unknown, but I guess we'll find out in the upcoming DLC. It seems the company name is Tentsu, a previously unnamed corporation in the Resident Evil universe. This kind of spices things up, as this could be Umbrella's long-lost rival. And it also gives us a name for the organization that was helping Lucas out. Now, the reason they were assisting him or the equipment they were giving him, that is unknown. However, I do believe, as I said, that agenda will be explored in the DLC. It's also worth noting that Lucas seems to really enjoy playing games, as evident in the birthday tape that he plays with Clancy and also the birthday game he plays with Ethan, and so it's likely in the upcoming 21 DLC, which is to do with Blackjack, it will be centered around Lucas. It also shows a reflection in his character that he's actually still kind of like a child inside, to be honest. So overall, it looks like Lucas was just a troubled little intelligent genius child. He locked kids up in his basement and starved them to death, which is quite dark, and it is very contrasting to the pre-infection attitudes of the other characters. It seems like his misbehavior was well known by the community, enough to the point the Bakers were known for having bad seed in their family. After the infection, Lucas was also under Evelyn's control, and he was basically her puppet, but the corporation Tentsu seemed to come in and gave him some sort of injection that allowed him to free himself from the control of Evelyn. However, this was not a complete cure, as he still had regenerative properties. It also seems like Lucas was experimenting on the mold itself, and what purpose that was for is unknown, and maybe he was doing it on his own, or he could have been doing it at the beckon of the company that was assisting him. Anyway, that's what we've got for Lucas's character. It's unfortunate that after the birthday puzzle you solve as Ethan, he dips out never to return again. I am looking forward to finally getting more to know about this character, because honestly to me, Lucas was just one of the more well-written characters in the game. You really get that feeling of just wanting to find out more about him, and I'm sure a lot of people were really disheartened to know that we never saw him again. I was actually expecting to see him further on in the mine, getting a recurring appearance, or maybe towards the end of the game, but it looks like, as we've covered, we won't be getting that story until probably around March. So anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video as always. Now that Resident Evil 7's out, I'm sure they're going to release some new materials on Vendetta and Remake 2, so I'm looking forward to covering those for you guys soon. But if you enjoyed the video, just have a beautiful day, and as always, take it easy and peace.